Hello and welcome to this tutorial for the game Bad Company. It's quite short and easy to play. You can play it solo or up to 6 players. And here's how it goes. You are going to play until either any of these cars reaches the red area on this city board, or until one player at the table has fulfilled 6 of these objective cards, the heist cards. When one of those things happen, you first finish the round, and then you play one final round after that, and then the game is finished. Every player counts up all the points, and whoever has the most is the winner. The points are on all these cards and the board, and there's an extra bonus scoring that I'll explain at the end of this video. But again, you play until a car reaches the red area or one person has fulfilled 6 of these cards. Finish the round, do one last round, and then you count up your points. If you have the most, you are the winner. So, what is a round? Each round is 4 steps. Step 1. Roll the dice. Step 2. Assign 2 dice to one of your own people on your player mat and get what they give you. Step 3. Every player can check if they have fulfilled any goals and take what they get from that. And if you want, you can move your meeple forward on this track to get upgrades for your people. Step 4. Move the black police car forward, and every player checks if they have at least 2 of these heist cards that they need to fulfill. Pass the dice to the person on the left, that is now the first player for the next round. Let me go back and explain that in more detail. Step 1. Whoever is the first player takes all the 5 dice and rolls them. And then, if the first player wants to, she or he can re-roll 1 or more dice for the price of 1 money. You can keep doing this over and over if you have the money for it, until you, as the first player, decides that you have the end result. The black die can go in front of the police car as a reminder that you have to move it forward later. And then you deal with the 4 golden dice that you've rolled. You have to make 2 pairs. You have to put 2 dice together twice. You're allowed to have the same number twice. It's up to you how you pair those dice. When you've made up your mind, just show it to the other players. Now you have 2 numbers, this one and this one. Step 2. If you're the first player, then you can use both numbers. If you're not the first player, you have to pick one of these 2 numbers to use. That's up to you. If you look at your own player mat in front of you, you can see there is a number by each person. It goes from 2 to 12. You choose one of the available numbers from the dice, so either this one or this one. Once you've made your choice, you get whatever that person on your player mat has to offer you. And don't forget, if you're the first player, the person who rolled the dice, then you get to use both numbers. Anyway, each person on your mat has a number, but also a reward. That's this icon here. And it's possible that you have upgraded a person. Let's pretend one of the available numbers was 5. My number 5 has been upgraded twice so far, so I've placed the upgrade cards like this. Now person number 5 has this icon that was already there, plus this second one and this third icon. So I get 3 rewards. I take them immediately. You don't need to wait until it's your turn. Every player can do this at the same time. If you get money, then take it from the supply. If you see the icon of a steering wheel, then you can move your own little car forward one space on the city board. You can choose to follow the normal road or a shortcut. That's up to you. If you pass an icon on the road, that means you can take that particular thing as a bonus. But you may only take the bonus if you are ahead of the police car. If you aren't, then you get nothing. If you happen to take one of these cards, these are bonus cards that you can use once per game when you choose to use them. Always keep them face down as long as you've not used them. If you see the icon of one of the other things, then just take one of these green markers and place it on top of that same icon that you have somewhere. It can be either on one of your heist cards, or it can be at the front or the back of your own player mat. For example, if my person on my player mat shows a glove, I take this token and cover up this glove icon. That is step 2. Get the full reward from one of your own people, your gang members. It's either money, moving your car forward one space, or taking a green marker to cover up icons. Step 3. It's possible that now you have completely covered up all of the icons somewhere on your own player mat. If you did, return the markers to the supply and take the reward that you get from covering up the spaces. Just do whatever it says on your own mat. If you want, you can also move forward on this other board. Take your meeple and move it to the next space and pay the price in money that it shows on the board. Here it says it costs me 4 money to move to the next space, so I pay up and then move my yellow meeple forward one space. For every space that you go forward, you can take 3 cards from this deck. These are the upgrades that you place on your own people. Choose 1 card to keep, and the other 2 can go on the discard pile. Immediately place the upgrade on the person you chose. This one is here, so I place it like this where I can still see the other icon. Next time I activate this person, I get both rewards. So, in step 3, you can get your reward from filling up these spaces on your own player mat, or you move your meeple forward 1 or more spaces on this board by paying money and getting upgrades from that. The last thing you can do during this phase in the game is look at your own heist cards, the goal cards. If you have filled up all of the spaces on the card, then you have fulfilled it. Remove the green markers and put them back in the supply, and then take the reward that it shows at the bottom of the card here. And then flip this card over and keep it under your own player mat. But before you finish the round, every player checks who has the most of each symbol. You only look at the heist cards that are fulfilled. There are 4 symbols: a diamond, a bag of money, a painting, and a gold bar. For each symbol you see which player has the most down here. That player gets the necklace token of that particular symbol. It's possible that you have to take it from another player. Put the necklace token on one of your own people and immediately get 1 point. And next time you activate one of your people that has a necklace, you get 1 point again. End the round with step 4. the first thing you do is move the black police car. This is what was rolled with the black die, so that's how many spaces the black police car moves forward. It always goes on the main road. Then every player checks if they have 2 unfulfilled heist cards. If you don't, then take 1 or 2 from here. You should always start the next round with having 2 goal cards to work with. You end the round by having the first player pass all the dice to the player to the left. That's it. Roll the dice and make 2 pairs. Every player picks 1 number to activate that person from their mat. The first player gets both numbers. Take the rewards, and after that see if you have filled up something completely to get the reward from that, and maybe move your meeple forward to get upgrades. One last thing before I explain how the extra scoring at the game goes. As I've said, after triggering the end of the game, you play 1 final round. But that round goes slightly different. How that goes is written very clearly on the back of the rulebook. It's just a few points and you can follow these steps. Alright, when the game is completely over, it's time to count up all your points. And here's how that goes. You get the points that are written on your completed heist cards. You get points from these bonus cards. For every necklace you have, you get 2 points. If you still have some green markers on your card or mat, then every 2 markers count as 1 point. You get all the points from the upgrade cards that are on top. So not all your upgrade cards, only the ones that are on top. If your own little car is ahead of the police car, you get 5 points. If it's behind the police car, you get -3 points. And finally, there's this special bonus scoring. You can look at this information sheet to help you. You get 1 point for each symbol you have. So just literally count up all the symbols you see. You get 5 bonus points if you have at least 1 of each symbol. You get 2 bonus points for each of your own gang members that have at least 2 upgrades on them. You get 5 bonus points if at least 7 of your gang members have an upgrade. And done! That's how you play Bad Company. I hope you feel like you understand how it goes and that you'll enjoy it. Thank you for watching, feel free to leave a comment, and see you for the next one.